everyone, welcome to this episode of Context is King. I'm Rebecca Brayton, and with me as always is WatchMojo founder and CEO Ashkan Karbasfrooshan to discuss Mojo TV. I can't believe this didn't already exist. It just sounds, it rolls off the tongue. What is Mojo TV?
So Mojo TV, which is a URL we bought a couple of years ago, was eventually used to roll out our over-the-top connected TV, currently AVOD, so advertising video on demand model, application product, which is like where you could watch WatchMojo on a bigger screen, outside and above and beyond YouTube.
Like an Apple TV app
kind of an Apple TV or that. And I mean, you could argue, and you should argue, well, Ash, I watch WatchMojo on YouTube on my big screen, and you should continue doing that. It's all good.
But
well, which is at first, which is why we never really did it, because unlike other companies, we've always wanted you to watch our content on YouTube, and we would like you to continue watching it on YouTube. We never really made a concerted effort to get like the world to spin the other way and get you to watch our content on our website. But so a couple years ago, we've alluded to this, that YouTube came to us and said, well, you know, because we ultimately serve many masters, including shareholders, audience, but ultimately advertisers and Madison Avenue, some of them don't like the fact that you could be watching the news on YouTube and then 2 clicks away you see an ISIS beheading video, which is not cool, or extreme right wing, or many other things, kids eating Tide Pod. You know, Tide and Procter & Gamble don't want an ad of Tide. Exactly. Well, that's what happened. Mark Pritchard, I think, was the CMO at Procter & Gamble. One of the few people who, when he says jump, YouTube does not say buzz off. They say how high, which makes sense, and that's fair. And so YouTube said that a lot of content is not brand safe enough, and we're not censoring you. You can leave it on the platform, but either it won't be monetized or you'll be in like a lesser tier of monetization. So again, the same way that we empathize, we get that YouTube will want to listen to advertisers. I understood where YouTube was coming from. They're not going to review every clip. Anybody that says that is an idiot, because it's not YouTube's business. It doesn't scale. Realistically, it's confidence interval, margin of error. So I did not object to top 10 lesbian kisses being demonetized. I get it. Kind of racy. Do we have top 10 lesbian kisses?
I don't know, but you know what? We could talk about that
as an example. But I don't want to use my usual, which is, okay, top 10 violent scenes where the protagonist cuts the bad guy's neck, slits his throat, and blood spills everywhere on the camera. Can we talk about that one?
Yes.
Okay. So I created this monster where between fair use and empowering the team, and the audience suggesting whatever they want, we produced whatever we wanted. We weren't even beholden to an advertiser. It was YouTube sold the ad. So it was like, great, nice little monster I created here for myself. But the point was, we said we're going to basically take off some of these more edgy, we'll just call them. I'm not comparing lesbian kisses to the other one, but whatever. There's a bucket that's actually the point, justement. YouTube is not going to differentiate. It puts it all in a bucket, And so because that system is not perfect, and there's nothing really fundamentally wrong with those videos, we then were like, okay, well, for the moment, take them off YouTube, but we're always wondering what we're going to do. Concurrently, we always come up with other ways to have bells and whistles, the suggest tool being one of them, but we had a trivia, we had this day in video, things beyond just commenting and liking that YouTube doesn't want to offer, and we go to them saying, hey, we got this idea, do you want to use it? And they're like, it's not on our roadmap. So eventually, as much as we never really cared about getting people to go to the O&O, our own and operated WatchMojo.com website, we're like, you know what? There's all these trends, even though mobile has grown into the biggest market share of how people consume our content on YouTube, this is the fastest growing platform. I am pointing to the connected TV, smart TV. So as a big experiment, we said, look, we'll take the content that was not necessarily brand safe, make it exclusive, produce more exclusive content, and I won't lie, there may be like some content that gets tripped up on Content ID, copyright, but that is still fair use, that we should technically not have any issue using it, but that on YouTube could be
Example? I was thinking music, but not even.
Music is a good one. Music is a good one, but music is like a 30-minute conversation because the music labels today want us to work with them. They just want to have They just want to come to the table. It's like very transparent. The music labels are different because the music labels actually want to work with us. So it makes more sense for us to sit down at the table like adults and find a way, which is what we're doing now, by the way, which is we are having these conversations. Yeah, so, and then also longer content. So if we are known for 15-minute top 10s, we may want to do hour-long, deep dives, and then we'll put that on Mojo TV. But there's also other formats, right? Imagine if, like, again, y'all just want top 10s with music and with movies and clips. We may then say, well, it might make sense for us to experiment and put other stuff on Mojo TV. So Mojo TV, which still remains in beta, it's a working title. We may keep it forever, but it's check it out. Let us know what you think, and if you are a player in the media landscape, like if you have content or you want to partner with us on it, that's also partly why we're doing this video. And it's check it out. And I think we're going to put a little bit more energy behind it because we're getting other companies coming to us and saying, "Ooh, this is interesting. It's outside of the YouTube sandbox. We could work with you guys on this." So it'll probably take on a bigger shape in 2020 and beyond.
How do you access it? I don't actually know the answer to that.
Well, that's a great question, and I don't think this was scripted. You access it any way that you would going to any of the app stores, whether you're on iOS or Android and all that.
I know it's a stupid question.
No, it's not a stupid question, but that's actually short sales, discount. No, it's a great question, and that's actually one reason. For the longest time, we didn't want you to, there was always a discussion, is it basically apps or the mobile web? It was always clear that it was going to be the mobile web, but for content. But when people used to go on the App Store and search for us, they would get either clones, which we would kind of say, please take this down, or we had a very basic app that would go back to the days when we still did cooking and travel. So people would be fans of WatchMojo top 10s, and all of a sudden it would be like, a car wash video or like a travel video.
I don't even still have the WatchMojo app on my phone.
Well, there you go.
That's pretty
Download it. That's great. Endorsement. All right.
All right.
So it was also basically to have something that is reflective of what we do now.
Fair enough. Well.
And if you have a better name for it than Mojo TV, I'm all yours.
So if you guys have anything to say about Mojo TV or have a better title apparently, let us know in the comments and we'll see you next time.